All right, so I want to come talk to y'all real quick about curses. The other day I talked about how I removed a curse from a friend of ours, right? And then later on, I went on to find out that not only did she have a curse, but um, I also had a curse, and a couple of the kids did as well. So when we talk about curses, when you hear the word curse, it could automatically put you in a mindset of what we've been told a curse is, or how a person puts a curse on someone. So when someone says they put a curse on me, or somebody put a curse on me, you may automatically start thinking like someone took a bowl of ingredients and put a bunch of potions in there and poof, and then they sent a specific curse out. And that very well can be true because, we have spell books as well, and we can put curses on people if we wanted to. We tend not to go in that direction, but if we needed to, and if we need to put a spell on someone or a curse on someone, we definitely could do that. But we try not to go into the darkness because, of course, if you go into the darkness, you're inviting darkness within you as well. So when we talk about a curse doesn't necessarily have to be done in a sense of a saying or a mantra or a spell. Okay, it can be done unintentionally. It's more so about the intentions of the person's heart when they're using the words they're using. So let's say a person is praying for you, right? Because they don't like what you're doing. And so they're going to pray against what you're doing because they want you to go in a different direction. So their intentions behind their prayer can curse you and stop you from doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you believe in what they believe in. It doesn't matter about the deity, the religion they have. It's all about the intentions they put behind the prayer to stop you from doing something, okay? And if that intention is strong enough, that energy from them to you can stop you from achieving what you're trying to achieve. It can curse you, okay, in a sense, okay? And there's ways to find out if you're cursed. I mean, you can, I've used my pendulum and I've used my dowsing rods to find out people were cursed, to find out myself. And you can find out who did it. You can narrow down, ask some questions to find out who did it. I can use a pendulum chart, alphabet chart, say spell the name of the person or the first three letters of the person who did it. And then you can ask, is this person based off these first three letters, and it'll get a yes or no answer. So there's ways to find out who did it and then why they did it. Was it done through prayers? How they did it? They do it through prayers. You can get a yes or no answer from that. When I found out a friend of mine's was cursed, we found out who did it. Because I'll ask if it was a family member, it was a friend, and I asked how it was done. So we found out it was done through prayer, right? Now, when I found out I had one on me, I asked, I figured who did it. I figured I already knew who did it, so I asked that person, somebody very, very close to me, right? And it said yes, and I asked, was it done through prayer? Because I assumed that it was, knowing this person's persona, right? And it said no. So then I was shocked. So I was like, what? So then I asked, was it done through malice and ill intent? And it said yes. And I was just like, I was a little hurt because that means that person had to take the time out to just wish something bad on me, And the individual who did it, there's no reason that should have came to that because that individual was at fault. And instead of taking responsibility, that person found a reason to switch it around and be mad at me. And be mad at me to the extent to wish something bad on me. And so that hurt. It hurt pretty bad, And this is just something I just found out on Sunday that I did. And so, but the cool thing is that, I use my tools. I use my crystals and lay in the bed and holding my hand to remove emotional pain. So getting over that pretty fast, right? But, so somebody can curse you simply by the intentions behind the words they use. And you may not realize that people are stopping you from progressing because of that. I had made a Facebook post. I had made a Facebook series actually last night about why I don't ask people to pray for me, right? And in the first two parts, it was about what I'm talking about now. Number one, people will say they're praying for you, but you don't know what they're praying for you about. You don't know if they're praying for you to succeed, or you don't know if they're praying for your downfall. You don't know. Like I say, it's not about belief systems, it's about intentions. So the first two parts were about that, and the first one was about if you look up the definition of curse, you'll see that prayer is also in that definition. Affirmation, mantra, I think mantra was in there, but it's the same thing too. Affirmation and prayer was in there as well, about a curse. And then in part 3, I talked about what I would receive, what I recommend you receive or send to me, what I accept, and that's love and light. And the reason why I said I would rather get love and light, because love and light is coming directly from you to another individual. So if I send you love, if I send you light, that's not going through a third party. It's not going through a deity to you. It's not going from, it's not going from anybody but from me directly to you. There's no third party involved, and that's energy that has to be sent. Now, if I say I sent love and light, that doesn't mean it was sent. People can say that all day too and fake that as well. But if someone sends love and light, right, you can't fake sending love and light and really have ill intent behind it. You can't have ill intent behind love. It's either you love or you don't, right? You can't send light with ill intent. There's no faking light. You can't send it with darkness behind light. There's no way to do that. You either fill your body up with love and you send it, or you fill your body up with darkness and you send it. You can't send both. I hope that makes sense. So when I get ready to send love energy and light energy, I relax my body, right? Connect with my higher self, and I picture a white light, for love, I picture a white light, and then I picture a rose quartz. Because, you can do different things to however makes you comfortable of bringing in that love. So I always picture a rose quartz because I know what a rose quartz is used for. So I picture a rose quartz and a white light for light to come in, and then I channel that energy through my legs, through the bottom of my feet, and I wait till I feel my feet tingling. That way I know I'm feeling that energy coming in, and I bring it all the way in to my solar plexus, and then I do the same thing coming in from the top of my head, and I make sure I feel it coming all the way into my shoulders. Usually I feel it tingling in my shoulders, and then I make sure it comes all the way down to my solar plexus, and then I imagine both of those energy spirals coming in, swirling around my solar plexus, then out to my arms until I feel my hands tingling. And then when I feel my hands tingling, that's when I know that energy is ready to be sent out. And then I send out that love and I send out that light simultaneously. Okay? That is energy being sent out. I'm taking my time to send out love and light to you. I can't fake that. If I'm sending out dark energy to you, or ill will and malice, I can't do that saying I'm sending love and light. I might say it, like I might type it on Facebook and say I'm sending love and light and then send darkness. I can fake that, but I can't actually send out love and light, but actually be trying to send darkness behind. You can't do that. But you can do that in prayer. You can be praying, sending out darkness. You can send out darkness in a prayer, but you can't send out darkness in love and light. And that's why I don't pray for me, because I don't know your intentions. I don't know the intentions behind your prayer. But if you send me love and light, I know your intentions. And then I have, now understanding the curses, once the curses are removed, which you can remove them with sage, you take sage and you call on the higher self, you call on your God, and you call on the angels to help, to lift those curses. When you burn your sage, you fan them on your aura, fan them on yourself, right? Fan them in your energy field, and you call on those to lift the curse. And then you call on them also right after that to put a protection around you so that you can't be cursed in the future. And then what I always do is once I place the sage around the individual and I call on everyone to remove the curse, I ask if the curse is removed, give my yes or no answer. And if it's removed, I call on them to put in protection so they can be protected from future curses. Then I ask again, are they now protected from future curses? And I get a yes or no answer. So once both of them is a yes and a yes, we know the curse is removed, and then the curses they're protected from future curses. Then they're cleared. They're good to go. And they'll tell you too when that curse is removed. Let me tell you, when a friend of ours, when I removed that curse from her, it's like she had things just like jumping out of her, and I had to make sure she was okay. I said, "You okay?" She said, "Yeah, just feel like things just coming out of me, And I was saging and saying the mantras and calling them, she said she just felt like things were just coming out of her. But then when it was over, she said she felt so much better. And so when I did it to myself to remove the curse off me, I felt like something came out of my ear, like a whole bunch of things just came out of my ear as I did it. Like that's where it came out of. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. So stuff is real, People really out there putting curses on people unintentionally, probably unknowingly. But again, that's what you do when you have malice against other people. And, a lot of these people that's doing it are your parents. Just saying. So, if you have any questions about curses, and if you think you have a curse, just let me know. Let me know in the comments, and we'll walk you through it, or we'll do what we got to do to get you past it. Okay? All right. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you later.